10 Things Smart Men Should Not Do with Women, a Stoic Reflection. In a world fraught with fleeting emotions, temporary pleasures, and momentary triumphs, we must anchor ourselves in the wisdom of those who have walked this path before us. The ancient Stoics, masters of self-discipline and fortitude, teach us to rise above the turbulence of our passions and embrace a life governed by reason and virtue. As we navigate the intricate dance between men and women, there are certain principles that we, as thoughtful and discerning individuals, must hold sacred. Do not allow desire to dominate. Desire, when unchecked, becomes a tyrant. Epictetus warns us that freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Women are not possessions nor trophies to be won. The wise man knows that to be consumed by desire is to be enslaved by it. We must approach relationships with clarity, understanding that true connection arises from mutual respect, not lust-driven pursuits. Do not seek validation through conquest. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. The number of women one has been with does not determine his worth. A smart man does not measure his value by external validations, for this only feeds the ego and weakens the soul. Instead, we must cultivate inner virtues and seek self-mastery. Do not engage in manipulation. Manipulation is the antithesis of virtue. Seneca teaches us that we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. The need to control or manipulate a woman stems from our own insecurities and fears. A man of wisdom trusts in the natural flow of relationships, never resorting to deceit or trickery to achieve his ends. True strength lies in integrity, in the ability to be honest and straightforward in all dealings. Do not allow emotions to cloud judgment. Emotions, while natural, must not be allowed to rule our decisions. The Stoics believed that we are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Seneca. In the realm of relationships, we must be vigilant, ensuring that our actions are guided by reason rather than impulsive feelings. A smart man remains calm and composed, never allowing anger, jealousy, or fear to dictate his behavior. Do not sacrifice your purpose. Each of us has a purpose, a reason for being that extends beyond the fleeting moments of pleasure or pain. If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. Seneca. The wise man understands that his mission in life should not be compromised or abandoned for the sake of a relationship. A woman should complement your journey, not become its sole focus or distraction. Do not neglect self-discipline. Self-discipline is the cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. Seneca. In relationships, we must guard against indulgence and excess. The smart man practices moderation in all things, ensuring that his actions are measured and deliberate. This extends to how we engage with women, maintaining a balance that upholds our integrity and self-respect. Do not avoid responsibility. With every action, there is a consequence. The Stoics teach us to accept responsibility for our lives, to own our choices, and to learn from them. No man is free who is not master of himself. Epictetus. In our interactions with women, we must be accountable for our words and deeds, recognizing that true freedom comes from living in accordance with our principles. Do not fear vulnerability. Vulnerability is often mistaken for weakness, yet it is the hallmark of true courage. He who is brave is free. Seneca. A smart man understands that opening up, sharing one's true self, and embracing vulnerability is an act of strength, not fragility. It is through vulnerability that genuine connections are forged, and it is through these connections that we grow and evolve. Do not forsake your values. In all things, a man must remain true to his values. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. B1, Marcus Aurelius. No relationship, no matter how intense, should compel us to compromise our core beliefs. The wise man remains steadfast, adhering to the virtues of honesty, integrity, and respect, even when faced with temptation or challenge. Do not forget the impermanence of all things. Life is transient. Everything we experience is but a moment in the grand tapestry of time. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Marcus Aurelius. In our relationships with women, we must remember the impermanence of all things. This awareness should not lead to detachment but to a deeper appreciation of the present moment and the connections we share. The smart man cherishes what he has but is not bound by it, understanding that true contentment comes from within. In these 10 principles, we find the essence of Stoic wisdom. They remind us that our interactions with women, like all aspects of life, should be governed by reason, virtue, and self-control. We are not slaves to our passions but masters of our destiny. By embracing these truths, we cultivate a life of meaning, purpose, and inner peace. The path is not easy, but it is the path of the wise, the path of those who seek to rise above the chaos and live in harmony with the Stoic way. Let us strive together, as one, to embody these principles, to overcome the destructive emotions that threaten to derail us, and to live a life of true freedom and strength.